All right, if you're hearing the sound of my voice, that means you're listening to another episode of the Mark My Words show. My name is Marcus Lamar, and joining me in studio today, one of my mans pulled up on me, man. He's been giving me hell all season. He's a New England Patriots fan, which I was at one point in life. My good man Malik is in studio, man. What's up, man? How you feeling?
Bro, what's up, bro? I'm feeling good. Man. I appreciate you for having me on the show, man. I've been killing you in predictions all year in the NFL, and I had to come on the show and tell them about how I've been doing.
Starting the show with lies. I like it. I like it. I like it. No, Malik has been. I don't know if he actually believed it when he told me it, but at the beginning of the season, he did tell me, yo, the Patriots is going to win X number of games. They did. When the playoffs started, he was like they was going to go to the Super Bowl, and now they are in the Super Bowl. So we'll get into that in a little bit, but I really appreciate you for stopping by. We'll also talk about some other things. Bill Belichick, that Hall of Fame story was nasty. We'll also talk about Bad Bunny. I'll give y'all my thoughts on that. And I'll squeeze a little bit of WWE in here, too. Roman Reigns won the Royal Rumble. Shout out to Roman Reigns. Shout out to everybody who watched the Royal Rumble this past weekend. So let's start with the game. The game is next Sunday. Obviously, you got the Seattle Seahawks and the New England Patriots. Now, you're a Patriots fan, but removing fandom aside, matter of fact, I'm not even going to ask you for your prediction first. What do you think about the actual game? How you feeling about Seattle?
It's gonna be a good game. I definitely think this is one of the more well-rounded teams that the Patriots is gonna face. They can get it done all three phases of the ball: offense, defense, and special teams. This is gonna be a good game. It's gonna be a battle of juggernauts. I know people like to underestimate New England. With 5.5 point underdogs, 4.5 point underdogs,
4.5 point underdogs,
4.5 point underdogs. But this is a battle of juggernauts, man. Two well-coached teams. It's gonna be a slugfest.
Wait, when you say a battle of juggernauts, you mean like the Seattle Seahawks, like their defense and their special teams, or
I'm just saying.
Who's the other juggernaut?
New
Patriots?
England. Yeah,
No,
absolutely.
Stop.
Listen.
Come on.
This is
Come on.
two well-rounded teams, two well-coached teams. People can talk about New England all day, right? All right. I know the offensively throughout the playoffs, the fans and stuff love to say, "Oh, Drake May didn't do this. Drake May did." We have historically had the hardest run to the Super Bowl. When you really look at it, we beat 3 top 5 defenses. Three of them.
Wait a minute.
Okay.
You played the Chargers.
Correct. Top 5 defense.
Right. Excuse me. The Chargers can't save or protect Justin Herbert for anything, right? So you beat them, and it wasn't impressive. You won 16-3. Then you play a Houston team, which is offensively challenged. Not only were they without their best receiver, Nico Collins, they lost Dalton Schultz in game, and C.J. Stroud apparently seemed to be getting confused as to who his teammates were. So he kept throwing the football to people wearing Patriots jerseys.
Okay.
So you won that game. I think it was 28-16.
Okay.
And then you get an injured Denver Broncos team who didn't have Bo Nix, suffered an ankle injury during the Buffalo Bills game. And you only won that game 10-7. So I'm not going to lie. I don't know how the Patriots keep doing it week in and week out. They keep proving me wrong. But I think that there's a lot of mid being disguised with good coaching. Shout out to Mike Vrabel and Josh McDaniels.
Okay.
But I do not think the team is good offensively. I don't think that they're better than Seattle. And I don't think you think that either. But if you do, you can look into that camera and tell the audience that.
We're definitely better than Seattle. Listen,
Stop.
Marcus had the same take on us beating the Buffalo Bills. He told me before the season, you guys are not better than the Buffalo Bills. Hey, we went up there and we sent the Buffalo Bills packing up in their home. That's what I'm gonna say there. Then I'm just gonna break those games down for you, right? Okay, you talking about how the Chargers can't protect Justin Herbert. All right, can we both agree that the Chargers was a top 10 offense this year? Their numbers were ranked in the top 10 offense.
They were.
So to me, that's some type of protection of Justin Herbert, who threw for over 3,000 yards.
No. That's more.
That doesn't equate.
Justin Herbert was one of the more sacked quarterbacks in the NFL.
He wasn't sacked more than Drake May.
That offense clicks because Justin Herbert is really good, even though I do think he is a bit overrated. I think people overhype him. And Jim Harbaugh's a good coach. But when and I'm not going to lie, audience out there, I did pick the Chargers to win. I was wrong. Hey, it was me. I was wrong, right? And I didn't pick the Texans to win either. I told you that the Patriots would win that game. Mm-hmm. And then I actually picked the Patriots to beat the Broncos, which basically gets me to the Super Bowl. I'm not going to lie, man. You're not going to like this, but
don't you do it.
You're not going to like this.
Don't you do it.
No, because I think a lot of people are underestimating and underselling y'all. Like a 4.5 point underdog in the Super Bowl is a big deal. Most Super Bowls are usually within that field goal range.
Right.
And I think in NFL history, they said every time, it's been 14 times where a team has been a 4.5 point underdog, and 12 of those times the team has actually won and or covered the spread.
Yep.
So with that being said, y'all look kind of good, but Seattle is tough.
Seattle is tough. Don't get me wrong. They have a tough defense. They got a tough offense. You know, me personally, I think we have the best defense in the playoffs. After we eliminated Houston, I think we have the best defense. We have Gonzo, who's a shutdown corner. That's going to be a tough matchup with him and JSN. I would like to see him follow JSN all across the field. All 100 yards of the field, I would like to see him over there. I want him to know what JSN is eating for breakfast, lunch, dinner, his mom's name, his shoe size. That's Gonzo.
Who you like in that matchup?
I like Gonzo all day. I love Gonzo.
No, you don't.
Gonzo's the best cornerback in the league. I love Gonzo. Gonzo is a shutdown cornerback.
Did something happen to Patrick Surtain?
I'm just saying.
No, I'm asking. Did something happen to Patrick Surtain?
Nothing. He got bumped out the way.
He still looked like he was playing last week.
He got bumped out in the blizzard?
I like Christian Gonzalez, but
Gonzo caught the pick to win the game last week.
Well, it was an underthrown ball from a backup quarterback, but that's neither here nor there.
It's
really,
just so many excuses.
Oh, it frustrates me because y'all
so
really got
excuses.
lucky this postseason.
I just feel like it's so many excuses that go on because we all talk about C.J. Stroud, but we forget that C.J. Stroud won Rookie of the Year. We forget that C.J. Stroud has made the playoffs. He's been in the league 3 years. He made the playoffs every single year. They were on a 10-game win streak. They had the best defense in the league. Nobody talks about those things. Nobody talks about how Drake May threw 3 touchdowns, the only quarterback to do so. Nobody talk about how that defense had Patrick Mahomes with a 19 QBR. That's a terrific defense.
The Patriots' defense has been good all season. I will give you that. And I didn't think that Drake May would perform as well as he has this season.
Right.
I still think the Patriots receivers are mid. Me and you argue all the time about Stephon Diggs. Stephon Diggs can still play. I'm just saying he's not what he used to be in Buffalo. That's all I've ever been saying. In Buffalo, he was him.
But nobody can outrun Father Time.
In Minnesota, he was him.
Nobody can outrun Father Time. He's
For
32
sure.
years old.
Only
He's
Tom
coming back
Brady.
off a torn ACL. The only time.
Yeah.
He's coming back.
And maybe Braun.
A-Rod can't even outrun him.
Yeah.
But he's coming back off a torn ACL. The numbers that he put up and the things that he's done for this team is elite. It's elite. What he is doing in New England, which I mean, not only performing on the field, but also showing these younger guys like Pop Douglas and Kayshon Boutte how to play the position and being a leader in that wide receiving corps, that is elite football. He will win a Super Bowl for that.
Now,
he will win a Super Bowl.
If y'all win the Super Bowl this season, Drake May's second season, Mike Vrabel's first season as a head coach with the Patriots, what do you think this means for, one, Bill Belichick's legacy and Tom Brady's legacy?
Ooh, man. I think their legacy is already cemented into history. I don't think no matter what, what Vrabel and what Drake does can, affect that legacy. I think it's just it's a new era and a new story. I think it gives New England fans like myself, we're able to say now, we've done it without Belichick and Brady. Because that's what everybody say. You only can win with Belichick, you only can win with Brady. I think this is a new story. I don't think it affects what they did. Nobody can touch what they did. 6 Super Bowls, undefeated regular season, a complete dynasty. Nobody can touch that. That's cemented. I don't think it affects or changes their legacy at all.
I'm not going to lie. I like Bob Kraft. Shout out to him. But I don't want to see the Patriots win a Super Bowl without Belichick or Brady. It just doesn't feel right. Like, as I'm watching the team, I'm honestly in awe of how they even got here, to be honest. But I will say Drake May does appear to be the quarterback of the future. And I've been wrong all postseason. So I'm going to give my official prediction. I'm going to look you all in the face right here, right now, and tell you that I have the New England Patriots winning Super Bowl 60 against the Seattle Seahawks. If you are a gambling person out there, take the over in the game.
Take it.
It's going to be 45.5. Take the over in the game. I think New England will probably win by a field goal to maybe even 4 points, but I'm going with them for the upset. Now, if they lose, I won't be mad. I won't be mad.
He only won't be mad so he can talk to me. That's the only reason he won't be mad.
No, if they lose, are you going to show your face? Like, will you still come to work? Will I have to, call you? Like, how will you be doing? Because we both seen the Patriots lose 3 Super Bowls. I'm still not over the Giants Super Bowl the first go-round. Okay. And I'm still not over the Philadelphia Super Bowl when Bill Belichick sabotaged the team by benching Malcolm Butler the night before. That was disgusting. I don't know why Bill Belichick had, I think it was Arrington or somebody on Alshon Jeffrey in the slot. And he was getting cooked all night. But that's neither here nor there. Shout out to Bill Belichick. We'll talk about him later on in the show.
Listen. I'll be here. I might take if we do lose, I might take a leave of absence for about a week. But I will pop back out sooner or later. But I don't plan on us losing. I don't plan on it at all.
You think Bill Belichick's rooting for the Patriots to win?
No.
Things ended with him and Bob Kraft a little sour.
No, I've been seeing. I'm having mixed feelings about how Bill feel about us, because sometimes I see interviews where he say we, when he referring to us as if he's still a part of the New England Patriots organization, which he always will be. But I see him say we, and then sometimes I see stuff where it say, like North Carolina, he told them don't even post Drake May. Like, how can you tell North Carolina fans in North Carolina not to post Drake May?
Yeah, that's
Drake
nasty.
May is a Tar Heel product. He was born in North Carolina. He played for the Tar Heels. He was the ACC guy there. Come on, Bill. Come on. So I do feel it's some love-hate relationship there. So it's hard to read Bill, man. Bill's a acquired taste.
I still haven't forgiven Bill Belichick for trying to force Tom Brady out in favor of Jimmy Garoppolo.
That is crazy.
That was disgusting.
That was nasty.
And it proved, even though Garoppolo got to a Super Bowl with Kyle Shanahan, it still proved to be a nasty decision, because Tom Brady not only got to a Super Bowl with Tampa Bay, but he won a Super Bowl in Tampa Bay. Shout out to Tom Brady, the greatest quarterback we've ever seen play. But I will say, if the Seahawks do win this Super Bowl, then it might be time to have some conversations around the league. And I'm glad that, why are you sitting up in your chair?
Because I want to know where you're going with this. What conversation?
Because unlike the Patriots, their defense has actually been good all season. Like, their defense didn't just suddenly start clicking in the playoffs. Seattle has been wire to wire one of the best defenses in the league, along with Houston, along with Denver. But that's neither here nor there. I think the Patriots were top 10, but closer to 10 than 1.
Before our star guys got hurt, we were like the number 1 rushing defense.
I know, but y'all played a cupcake schedule. Y'all didn't play anybody
hurt.
all season.
What do you mean we didn't
Y'all
play
didn't play anybody all season.
True. That's not true.
Your total wins, I think you were favored to win 11 out of 17 games. 11 out of 17 games. Your schedule was a cupcake schedule. You played the Jets twice.
Okay.
You played the Dolphins twice. That's
Okay.
4 bye weeks.
Okay.
In addition to the 1 bye week you naturally get in the season. You had 5 bye weeks this season.
Okay, but can I say this? Before the season started, they ranked us 4th in the AFC East. We had a 0.4% chance of winning
Based on the
AFC.
talent they saw y'all had.
0.4% chance. So when they looked at that easy schedule we had before the season, we weren't expected to win 8 games,
But
9 games. But once the ball got rolling and everybody seen that we were actually good, now all of a sudden the schedule is easy. But nobody talked about how Denver was right behind us in the strength of schedule.
I wasn't a believer in
our
them
schedule
either.
in Denver, and then the Colts, because they started off hot and they had an easy strength
They
of
were like
schedule.
6-2.
But everybody wants to put that on us because nobody wants to see the Roman Empire back up, man. Nobody wants to see the dynasty again. But we're here.
If the Bills actually give Josh Allen some talent, they're making it to a Super Bowl. Before Josh Allen retires, he will not only make it to a Super Bowl, but he will win a Super Bowl. Hell, I might even pick the Bills to make it to the Super Bowl next year, depending on what they do in this offseason.
And you picked them this year, too.
I still think they're the best team in the AFC because Josh Allen, number 17, is phenomenal. Now, with that being said, I don't want anybody out there listening to the show to confuse what I'm saying. Patrick Mahomes is still him. Patrick Mahomes will make it to and win at least 1 or 2 more Super Bowls before it's all said and done. That story isn't over. So everyone out there celebrating about the Chiefs dynasty being over, Mahomes being hurt, Andy Reid possibly leaving in a couple years, Travis Kelce retiring. I want y'all to keep this same energy. Mark my words, you're hearing it here first. Super Bowl 62, I don't even know where they're playing the game at. The Chiefs, the Kansas City Chiefs, will be in Super Bowl 62. This is 2 years out.
So you got all this faith after a torn ACL?
100%. We've seen a lot of athletes tear the ACL. It's not like back in the day. So Mahomes is going to be fine. I just have to have faith in what the Chiefs organization does. But they're drafting top 10 for the first time in forever. So they'll be able to make some moves, hopefully through the draft or via the draft. And hell, kick the tires on Tyreek Hill. Bring Tyreek Hill back to KC, man. We need a reunion.
That's not happening.
We need a reunion, man.
That's not happening.
We can
That's
get
another
him, we
guy
can
that
get him
got
for the low now.
That's another guy that got a torn ACL, and don't get me wrong. That's my favorite. That's my favorite wide receiver.
Love Reed.
That's my favorite
Love
wide
Reed.
receiver. Speed kills the cheetah. He's the guy.
He's different.
When a guy whose game is predicated, I'm not going to say solely because he's more than just speed, but a lot on speed. How does he come back with a torn ACL, a dislocated knee? How does he come back from that?
Okay, I'll answer that.
That's the same person he was.
He won't be the same. And not to mention, he's got a lot of mileage on him. I was shocked that he had the success he had when he went to Miami because I don't think Tua Tagovailoa, a.k.a. Tim Tebow, is a good quarterback. I think a lot of the success he has is because he had Tyreek Hill. and the other receiver, what's the
Jalen
other
Waddle.
guy? Jalen Waddle. And also Mike McDaniel's schemes were able to free them up. So it looks like
genius.
Tua is throwing to wide open receivers because of play calling. But Tyreek Hill is going to be a lesser than version of himself, which is fine. I think Tyreek Hill operating at 75% is still better than 90% of the DBs in the league. A lot of DBs don't have good footwork. They're not fast. They're not fleet of foot. So I think he'll be fine. I don't think he's going to light up the scoreboard or anything like that. But he'll have some type of value depending on, hopefully, that nothing's going on off the court, like off the field. But that's always a concern with Reek, so who knows? We'll see.
Hope not.
We'll see.
But then that leads me to this, though. Why do you go and get an older Reek whose father time is starting to catch up to when you got a speed guy like Xavier Worthy still sitting right there?
Okay, so I like Xavier Worthy, but he's not whatever people want him to be.
Okay.
Like, Xavier Worthy, to me, is a gadget guy. We'll get you free
Like
on
Zay Flowers.
some jet sweeps, some reverses. We can get creative with the play calling in the backfield. We can line you up as a running back, have you run a route out into the flat or something like that. The Chiefs receiving core is not good. And then Travis Kelce has deteriorated before our eyes, which brings me to another point. I'm tired of you athletes podcasting. If you are actively playing a sport, you need to stop podcasting. Now, some of you may listen to that and hear it and say, well, you're just hating because they're like in the space that you're in and you want them clear because it's easier for athletes to podcast or to get attention.
Yeah.
No, I just don't think that it's acceptable for you to have a game and then for you to hop on a microphone at 10 p.m. at night and start offering your thoughts about players and things happening around the league. I just don't get it. That should be reserved for once you retire from a sport or once a media company comes to you and says, hey, we value your insight. We want you to offer your opinions on the microphone. But yeah, we gotta stop this podcast.
I agree with you on that, man. I sat back, I watched the St. Brown podcast, and I love St. Brown. Top 5.
Love Amon-Ra.
Top 5.
Yeah, I like Amon-Ra too.
But I watch him and his brother talk, and sometimes they give out a lot of stuff that the Lions are doing and a lot of things that, what happened in game. And I'm like, that's a little bit too much to, be podcasting. I agree with you. That should be something that's for retirement, for, after the season. You shouldn't have a game the next day and be up all night podcasting.
That's what the issue was with Micah Parsons. Micah Parsons is a phenomenal player. As far as podcasting, I don't want to hear Micah Parsons' podcast. I know he's probably insightful and has a lot to offer when it comes to talking football, but me personally, I don't care to hear Micah Parsons' podcast, especially in season.
Yeah.
Now, some people will say, well, at least they're making better use of their time in season as opposed to being outside. I hear that argument. I just personally, from a fan perspective, I think this is the problem with athletes nowadays. I hate the uniforms in every league. The NFL, the NBA, MLB, they've all changed their uniforms. They've sold ass to corporate sponsors and companies. I've said this on this show before, so it's no surprise here. But we got to get back to the fundamentals. The reason sports used to matter in the early 2000s is because it was real rivalries. This might be a controversial take, and I want to know your thoughts on this. I don't like seeing players pray at midfield. I don't. I don't want to see it.
So my take on that, I'm not against it because I played ball, I played college ball, I played high school, whatever it may be. We always prayed. I don't have a problem with that. What I have a problem with is the jersey swaps, is the he and these are real rivalries. I love how Ben Johnson and Matt LaFleur
hate each other.
I love it.
Packers,
I
yeah.
love it.
Old
I
school.
love that's old school football. When we on these fields, I don't like you. I don't know you. I don't like you. I don't want to swap no jerseys with you. I want to bring you pain, and I want to win this football game. I don't agree with today's athletes. Just everybody's friends on the field, off the field, during the game, after the game. I don't like that. The prayer I get because it's a bigger thing in the prayer. I don't mind it.
Do it in the tunnel. I'm not saying I have a problem with it. I don't want to see it. The jersey swap tradition has to stop as well. I've also said this on the show multiple times.
It has to.
If you are not a part of a historical game where someone set the receiving
Myles
record,
Garrett.
yeah, what are you swapping jerseys for? Oh, I don't know when I'm going to see this person again, or let me just get your jersey. How many jerseys can you collect? Y'all got to chill, but I get it. They're making so much money. None of these people are actual rivals.
Which is crazy to me. That's crazy. Dion used to have a rivalry with people. Like, that was real.
Different.
Like, that was real. They were out there fighting each other. Who did Steve Smith snatch the chain off of?
That was I'm trying to think, who did Steve Smith snatch the chain off?
Was it Steve or was it
Aqib Talib snatched somebody's chain.
Talib.
It was Michael Crabtree.
Those are
I
real
remember that.
rivalries,
49ers, Seahawks, yeah.
Those are real rivalries, man. You can't. I don't like that, man. It's too buddy. I guess it sells more. I guess that's the times is changing. Everything is changing now. Everything is more to the fans, more nice, more friendly. But nah, I don't like it. I agree with you.
Do you think in the next 5 years the Bears will win the Super Bowl before the Lions?
Man, I do. I think Ben Johnson is just phenomenal. And I think they found their quarterback of the future. I know you already said Caleb Williams is your number 1 draft pick. You know, I'm gonna let the chips fall where they may, no pun intended. But he's not the number 1 guy. But he is phenomenal.
You don't think Caleb is better than Drake May?
No. I don't think no quarterback in that class is better than Drake May.
Okay, so let's go back and revisit that, right? Caleb Williams was drafted number 1.
Correct.
You was good with that at the time. Because hindsight is 2020, but at the time, you was cool with him.
Absolutely. At the time, absolutely.
Number 2 was JD5, Jaden Daniels from the Commanders. Was you good with that at the time?
Absolutely.
Okay. Number 3 was your guy, Drake May. Good with that at the time?
Absolutely.
Would you go back and switch the order? Jaden Daniels made it to an NFC Championship game first season.
Yes.
Now, granted, same thing I was saying about y'all is what I was screaming from these microphones last year.
Okay.
The Commanders had 3 or 4 wins that they should have absolutely lost.
Okay.
I knew once they got to the Eagles in the NFC Championship game, they were going to get steamrolled, which they did.
Right.
I didn't expect them to do what they did to the Detroit Lions, but that was more about Detroit's defense.
It was a depleted defense.
They had no cornerbacks, no safeties, and once you turn the ball over a couple times,
Hutchinson.
yeah, it gets nasty.
Yeah.
We saw what happened this year. Jaden Daniels had injuries coming into the season, and the Commanders regressed on schedule, which is why I always tell people it's hard to have consistent success in this league unless you have, 1, some good fortune, meaning you got to stay healthy, and 2, you have to have a quarterback who is considered him.
Yes.
Caleb Williams, I think, has that potential, and now that he's married with Ben Johnson, I like that marriage versus Drake May and Mike Vrabel because Mike Vrabel's a defensive guy.
But we talking about Josh McDaniels. We're talking about 6-time
Oh, I think Josh McDaniels is overrated as a coordinator. I've always maintained his position.
Have you not seen his play calling all year long?
Yeah, to me, it's not anything. All right, put it this way.
He calls phenomenal plays. The sequence that he calls them are phenomenal. If you look at him, he builds on his plays. He'll show you something, and he'll show you different. For one game, we kept running the draw, fake the screen, or we'll run the draw, throw the screen. He builds on things like that. That's a great offensive coordinator. And for him and Vrabel to even punt the ball back to Denver and say, hey, we're going to let our defense win this game. That is a great offensive coordinator. Sometimes, your best offense is your defense, and your best defense is your offense. That is great offensive coordinating and great coaching.
Let me ask you this. You think Josh McDaniels is better than Kyle Shanahan at dialing up plays, calling
Kyle
plays?
Shanahan is the GOAT.
You think he's better than Sean Payton? Hell no. At dialing up plays, I'm talking about a prime Sean Payton with Drew Brees. Dialing up plays.
Can I tell you why?
Please.
Josh has 6 Super Bowls.
Yeah, because of Tom Brady.
No.
That's a thing.
But
the years that they didn't have Josh McDaniels, they had Charlie Weiss or whoever it was. The offense didn't look like anemic. It wasn't bad.
It wasn't as good. We were always topping offense with Josh.
Yeah, no, you were topping offense because of Tom. The personnel was a Belichick thing. We're going to go out and get these slot guys, Amendola, Chris Hogan, Julian Edelman, Wes Welker.
True.
We're going to have tight ends, Gronk, Aaron Hernandez, or Martellus Bennett.
Yeah.
And Tom is going to make that gumbo work. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying Josh McDaniels can't call plays. I'm just saying I don't think he's Sean McVay. He's definitely not Sean McVay. Sean McVay can call up plays.
But I'm saying Josh is not a top 5 coordinator in his league.
I would have to think, but off the top of my head, if I go Andy Reid, Sean Payton, Kyle Shanahan, Sean McVay, that's already 4.
But the
Ben
guy
Johnson,
but
maybe 5.
Ben Johnson, I mean, he
had
showed
that
his
Lions
debut.
Offense humming.
He did.
Humming.
But I'm just saying, last year without McDaniels, right? We were 4-13, had the worst offense, probably one of the worst offenses in the league.
You also had the worst coach in Gerard Mayo.
But you come in, but we're talking about the offense now. We're talking about the offense. Rabel's a defensive guy. So Rabel comes in, he brings Josh. Now we are top 5 in everything. Points scored, yards, efficiency. We're top. That's Josh McDaniels.
That's a testament to Drake May, and I will give Josh McDaniels some credit for that turnaround.
He's
but
coached
I
Drake
do
May.
think he does. I do think over the years he has been overrated because when I think of guys who are synonymous with dialing up plays, like Kyle Shanahan, to me, is just a wizard. He's gotten Matt Ryan, Jimmy Garoppolo, and Brock Purdy to a Super Bowl. Like his offensive coordinator jacket is cemented. Like I don't need to see anything else. Matt Ryan was an MVP under his watch. You got Jimmy Garoppolo, who I think is mid. I don't see the hype in Jimmy G.
He's less than mid.
Yeah. Like even when they got to the Super Bowl, I'm like, okay, maybe it's the pieces around him because they had a prime Deebo Samuel who was phenomenal.
Yep.
So I personally, I would take Caleb over Drake May and Jaden Daniels because I think he has a higher upside. My knock on Jaden Daniels has been consistent. He needs to bulk up. I understand that if he gets a little bit heavier, that might affect his speed, but he does not have an NFL body that's ready to absorb a 17-game season, which they're talking about making it 18 games. And as long as he has that stature, I don't see that franchise going anywhere. I also don't think that he does anything exceptionally well. I think he's poised, which is good for a young quarterback, but his arm isn't electric, whereas Caleb Williams, even that interception he threw to end the game to the Rams, just seeing him stand in the pocket like a statue and firing the football, Caleb Williams has an arm.
Oh, he does. He can make any throw on the field.
Yeah.
And the kid has had that arm since he played in Gonzaga. The kid has had luck.
Shout out to Gonzaga.
Shout out to Gonzaga. The kid has had luck on his side. Well, I'm not going to say luck, but, the football gods has been on this kid's side. I don't know if you know, but even his high school championship game versus DeMatha and Gonzaga, he threw the Hail Mary for the win. So the kid has been doing it since high school. Everybody in this area knew that kid can make every throw on the field. Things got a little muddy at USC when he started losing all of those big games.
Yeah.
People started to say, well, can he win the big games? But he showed this past year that he can win the big games. He can make every throw on the field. He's super talented. Do I think he's a better pocket passer than Drake May? No. I don't think he's a better pocket passer than Drake May. I don't think he's more efficient than Drake May. Drake May is 6'4", 250. Drake May is also a runner of the football. Drake May is a dual. See, Caleb is a scrambler. Caleb make off center throws. He can the pocket breakdown. He can escape and he can. No one's calling. Ben Johnson's not calling design runs for Caleb. Drake May, you can go call design runs like you do Josh Allen. He's bigger. He's a runner of the football. He can stand in there and throw the ball. His deep ball. He has the best deep ball in the business.
Who? Drake May?
Drake May. He has.
No, stop.
Let's look at the numbers from this year.
Stop.
His percentage is the best percentage of throwing the deep ball in the NFL this year. Him and Kayshon Boutte has connected on the deep ball better than any duo. Him and Kayshon Boutte. Listen, if my daughter was here, she would show you the booty. But she would do it.
Kayshon Boutte, man.
But they have been the most efficient. Caleb Williams has been a merchant of game-winning, luck on my side drives. Do I think he's talented? Yes. But I don't think he's first in that class. I think it's Drake May. I think it's him. And, hey, the world might hate me for this, but I'm going to throw this guy in there. I think Bo Nix is after that. And then I think it's JD5.
Right. I'll let you go on long enough.
I'm sorry.
Enough.
I'm sorry.
Enough.
Can I tell you
Bo Nix is not. No, you can't. Bo Nix is not a top 5 quarterback in the NFL. If I would have asked you to name me your top 5 quarterbacks right now, healthy and or injured, who are you picking? And you're not putting Bo Nix in your top 5. I know you're not.
But we're not talking about in the NFL. We're talking about the 2024 class. Because I'm not putting JD5 as a top 5 quarterback neither.
Okay, so factor in everybody in the league that's playing right now. Is Mahomes top 5?
Of course.
Is Josh Allen top 5?
Of course.
Matt Stafford?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know what the hesitation was.
You know my disdain for him in the MVP race, so but yes,
Matt Stafford is the MVP of the league. We've established this. He is.
He's not.
He's played in the harder division.
Oh my God.
He's played against tougher competition. And not to mention, he's blowing Drake May out the water by like 15 touchdowns passing. What are we talking about here?
So the only thing that we have to show for this MVP race is a tougher schedule and touchdowns. That's it.
Well, what's the metric for it?
The most valuable. Like, let me ask you this, right? If you look back, no MVP has been a 5 seed in the playoffs.
Okay.
He's a 5 seed. He didn't win his division.
The Rams are a 5 seed because what? The team that y'all are about to play next Sunday,
who we're about to beat next Sunday,
won the division because they have a historic defense.
Didn't win his division.
Not to mention the 49ers.
He went over the Niners, who was hurt and depleted.
Kyle Shanahan took the 49ers kicking and screaming to the playoffs with a depleted team. The NFC West is the toughest division in football, yes or no?
It is.
The AFC East is the weakest division in football, yes or no?
No.
What division is worse than the
This
AFC
year,
East?
the NFC East.
No, stop.
This year.
Stop.
This year here.
Stop. The Eagles still made the playoffs.
Can we go team for team?
The Eagles, okay.
We had a better record than the Eagles.
Eagles.
Buffalo had a better record than the Eagles and the Cowboys.
Okay.
Miami had and the Cowboys had the same record, and they beat
Who's
Washington.
better?
Between who?
The Cowboys or Miami? Who's better? Go ahead. Answer the question. Who's better?
Wait, we're talking about division. We're talking about.
I know you going team for team, so I'm with
records.
you. So Buffalo, you said Buffalo and Philadelphia. Buffalo had a better record than Philly.
New England and Philly. We're number one.
Okay, so New England, right. No, but y'all are good.
We had a
so
better
I'm not factoring y'all in. I'm saying out of the 3 teams in y'all division, no, it's really 2. Are the Dolphins and the Jets better than the Cowboys and Redskins?
Better than the Redskins. The Dolphins are better than the Redskins.
Stop.
Dolphins beat them this year.
Stop.
The Dolphins won head-to-head this year.
Jaden Daniels was hurt.
They have Marcus Mariota.
The AFC
Heisman
East,
winner Marcus Mariota.
Look, we're not going to have a loser Olympics. The point I'm making is Matt Stafford played in the NFC West, which is the toughest division in football.
Okay.
He went up against a defense in Seattle twice and shredded them.
Okay.
The only reason they lost was because of the 2-point conversion at the last second, but he put up over 500 yards of offense against the Seahawks on Thursday Night Football. Should have won that game.
Okay.
And then last week, put up another 400-plus yards against them, too.
But do we not know that we had 6 common opponents? We had common
Who were
opponents.
those opponents? Who were those common opponents?
For a fact, I know the ones they lost to. Can't tell them all, but Carolina, they lost to them.
Okay.
We
and
beat
that was
them by
we beat
them by 30.
It was a field goal at the end.
We beat them by 30.
Field goal. And no one had Carolina beating the Rams that day, but it's cool. They
lost to Atlanta. We beat them.
Okay.
But that's all I'm saying. They're losing to teams that we are beating. But yet everybody's saying that, just because they're in this division, this warm weather division, they don't never come play in the cold. This good old warm weather division that Matt Stafford, who he's throwing the ball to Puka Nacua and Devontae Adams.
You told me Devontae Adams wasn't that no more at the beginning of the season. You can't come on the show and do that.
He's not a bum.
You told me he wasn't that no more.
He's not.
We was texting the other day.
Father Time.
Hey, audience. I was texting
Father
this man.
Time.
I was texting this man the other day. I'm like, yo, Devontae Adams is still him. I'm like, he had 14 touchdowns this season.
Yeah, all
Your
inside the
response
1 yard
was
line.
Exactly. Which tells me that you don't think that he's doing
I can catch the ball
anything.
inside the 1. I still got that.
Against who?
The Seahawks.
Against who? Nah, I don't see that for you.
Against the Seahawks.
Maybe back in the day, but I
Inside
don't
the
see that
1.
right now.
Line me up in the slot. I can do it.
Okay, he had Puka Nacua and Devontae Adams.
Okay.
Kyron Williams.
Kyron? What's wrong with Kyron?
Okay.
That's a top guy.
So you're giving Drake May extra credit points because his receiving core is ass. That's basically what I'm hearing. That's how I interpret it.
I'm just saying, there's no, besides Diggs, there's no big name guys on his receiving core.
Okay, let me ask you this. Drake, what were the additions the Patriots made in the offseason? Drake May was there last year. We saw how he looked.
Right. We
Patriots
picked up
went out and
Stephon
got Stephon Diggs.
and Mac Hollins.
Stop with Mac Hollins, but okay.
Well, hold on.
You went out and got Stephon Diggs
Can we not
and Mac
disrespect
Hollins.
Mac Hollins like that?
You didn't name the 2 biggest additions y'all got.
Mac Hollins. Are we talking about the completely or just
Mike
offense?
Vrabel and Josh McDaniels. Those were the 2 biggest additions that made Drake May what he was this season.
Okay.
Because if Gerard Mayo was still calling plays on that sideline, Drake May, we would not be having this conversation about Drake May, and the Patriots would be sitting home watching the game with us.
Okay.
So with that being said, I can't sit back and say that Drake May is the most valuable to the Patriots' success when his success is attached to Josh McDaniels and Mike Vrabel being in the building, whereas Matt Stafford had Sean McVay last year.
He hasn't won anything without Sean McVay.
Okay.
We already
won a Super Bowl.
So with Sean McVay, he didn't do any. Without Sean McVay, Matt Stafford has won nothing.
I'm not a big Matt Stafford
So I guess
fan.
we're accrediting Matt Stafford's success to Sean McVay being in the building. Because
Not totally.
without
No.
McVay, he has won nothing.
No, but
He has never made a deep run in the playoffs.
But we've seen Matt Stafford perform at a semi-high level individually.
You talking about Pat Stafford?
Well, yeah, he used to pad stats in Detroit. I mean,
Yeah.
But Matt Stafford played at a high level this year. And like I said, when you factor in the competition that he had to go against and the division he played in, it's hard not to give him the MVP. He had almost 50 touchdowns. What are you talking about?
So is that what's your criteria for most valuable player? Is it just touchdowns?
No. So my criteria for most valuable, what I think people conflate the two, there's a difference between someone being more valuable and someone having the best season. Drake May did not have a better statistical season than Matt Stafford.
That's not
I'm talking
true.
about totality.
That's not
I'm
true.
talking about totality, not completion percentage, because that's dink and dunk. That's an inflated stat. I'm talking about if you find the end zone 46 different times.
That's an inflated stat.
What, touchdowns?
Yes.
The object of the game is to score touchdowns.
But you're inside the one.
confused.
And then, for example, games like the last game of the season when they played the Cardinals, they left Matt Stafford in and let him stat pad.
That's his bag.
Like literally just stat.
That's his bag.
On the other hand, we put Drake May down like, okay, all right, we have better things to do. We have more things going for us. We're not going to sit here and let Drake. Drake could have threw 10 touchdowns against the Jets and the Dolphins. Last two games.
Drake
of the
May
season.
completion percentage was what? 77%?
70, yeah.
Something around there.
Yeah,
Very high.
the highest.
Exceptional. What is Josh McDaniels' offense known for? It's dink and dunk. It's bubble screens. It's quick throws.
I like that.
That's
you said
what it
that.
is.
But
It's the truth.
But you also know that Drake also has the best completion percentage for passes 20 yards and more.
No, he was
He
throwing the
also
ball
has the best
downfield.
deep ball percentage as well. So we're not just dinking and dunking because he's pushing that ball down the field. It has come to a time now where we're seeing less and less. Sometimes Josh McDaniels do make me mad because when Travion comes in, I know it's a screen. But but it's been times where he pushes that ball down the field. Drake pushes it down to Kayshon Boutte, pushes it down to Mac Hollins. He pushes it down to Pop Douglas. So Drake May doesn't dink and dunk. Drake May throws the ball. Now let's also talk about Drake May's rushing yards. 500 rushing yards. 4
Very
rushing
impressive
touchdowns.
for a white quarterback. Very
Matt
impressive.
Stafford has 1 rushing yard. Zero rushing touchdowns.
But you know Matt Stafford is not mobile. That's one of the reasons I like him. He's a throwback. I'm going to win this game from the pocket. I like my quarterbacks to throw from the pocket. That's what they get paid to do. Quarterbacks get paid to throw.
And that's why Seattle bottled him up. It's exactly why Seattle bottled him up.
They didn't bottle him up last week.
They're not going to bottle Drake up. That's all I'm going to say. They're not going to bottle.
The Seahawks didn't bottle. What are you talking about? You talking about running the football?
I'm just saying that he
He
could have
was
made more
carving
plays.
their defense up,
He
going
could have
up and
made
down
more
the field.
plays if he was mobile.
I mean, possibly.
And then let's talk about him not even throwing a touchdown against the Chicago Bears, who's ranked 29th defense. He didn't throw a touchdown in the
What was the
divisional
temperatures
round of
in
the
that
playoff. So you just talked about
got a W.
You just
That's
talked
all
about
that
us having
matters.
10 points in a blizzard. They weren't playing in a blizzard.
Okay, the blizzard started in the second half. Your offense looked piss poor in the first half when it was perfectly sunny outside.
What was the temperature?
The Patriots, I don't know. The
Below
Patriots
freezing.
Playing Foxborough. They used to the cold.
So it's see, I don't like the excuses there.
There's
I
no
don't.
excuse. Y'all won.
But I'm
not
just
mad
saying,
at it.
when
It was a fluke win, but y'all won.
When we talking about valuable, right? Drake May, us also, Matt Stafford has a better O-line than Drake May. Drake May's been sacked 48 times. Matt Stafford will crumble if he gets sacked 48 times. Not because he can't take it, but because he's old. He's an older quarterback. He will crumble. Drake May stood in there, stood in the pocket. Drake May has a high percentage. Drake May has a better record. Drake May is...
He has a better record because he played in a worse division. We already established. I can't believe you're sitting on here making me cape for Matt Stafford on the show when I'm not even the biggest Matt Stafford fan. Which, speaking of, do you think he's a Hall of Famer? It sounds like you don't think he's a Hall of Famer.
Matt Stafford?
Yeah.
No, he's a Hall of Famer.
See, I'm not going to lie. After he won
He's a
that
Hall of
Super
Famer.
Bowl,
That's what put him in the Hall of Fame.
But I still was on the, but it can't be just one. Trent Dilfer has a Super Bowl.
But Matt also has the stats to back it up.
Has
as
there
well.
ever been a time where Matt Stafford has been a top 5 quarterback?
Yeah, this year.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. For me, when I'm thinking about Hall of Fame talks, if you were not considered a top 5, I'm talking about Brett Favre, Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady, Peyton Manning, Drew Brees. Those are guys that
But
when they were
that's
actively
why
playing,
he wasn't considered a top 5. Because look who he.
I know, be better.
Oh my gosh.
Be better.
How with the weapons around him?
Be
He had
better.
Megatron who retired early. Who else he have after that?
You think Stafford better than Ben?
No. Big Ben?
Mm-hmm.
No.
Right. So if you were never
also
considered
had
to be
weapons.
better than
And
those
Tom.
guys, then I can't just put you in the Hall of Fame because you won one Super Bowl. I just can't. Like Matthew Stafford, to me, his winning percentage for his career is barely above 500.
He
Like, what
played
are we
in
talking
Detroit
about?
his whole career.
I know, but we have to have standards for the Hall of Fame. Like, we cannot let everybody into the Hall of Fame. This is not a soup kitchen. It's not free before 12 at the club. Everybody cannot go in the Hall of Fame. Matt Stafford 100% deserves to be in the Ring of Honor for the Detroit Lions. And I'm glad that he didn't win the Super Bowl this year because that narrative forming out there, y'all are disgusting too. Let me look to y'all and talk to y'all when I say this. Y'all are disgusting because y'all were sitting there trying to say if Matt Stafford got a Super Bowl ring this season, that would make him better than Aaron Rodgers. I want to sit up when I say this. Let me put my phone down, okay? Let me make sure I look into the camera when I say this. There's never been a day in Matt Stafford's life until this season where he's been better than Aaron Rodgers at football, period. If you take prime Aaron Rodgers and peak Matt Stafford, it's not even close. Aaron Rodgers is a Mount Rushmore quarterback. I don't care that he only has one Super Bowl. Aaron Rodgers is 100% a Mount Rushmore quarterback. Matt Stafford, I understand he was handicapped playing in Detroit, but he was playing with Calvin Johnson, who's a Hall of Fame receiver.
For a short time period.
How many years was it? 3 or 4? I don't know off the top of my head, but
that's nothing. That's short-lived.
Okay.
What else did he have? But after Megatron, name me a guy that Matt Stafford had.
Brandon Pettigrew.
Who?
Brandon Pettigrew.
Yeah, no. Like, come on.
I know, so he went to LA, got with a good coach,
won a Super Bowl,
and then got Odell Beckham Jr., prime Cooper
Washed
Kupp.
Odell Beckham Jr.
No, he was on his way to winning Super Bowl MVP. Don't do that. Before he got injured in that game, he was well on his way to winning Super Bowl MVP, considering he was washed.
That's what you're supposed to do when Cooper Kupp demanded a double team. Who got the triple crown? You're supposed to win your one-on-ones.
So Matt Stafford had a prime Cooper Kupp, Sean McVay, a washed Odell Beckham Jr., and a defense, and Ndamukong Suh and Aaron Donald.
Right.
Okay, so he finally got it done once he had an all-star team of monsters. Congratulations, Matt Stafford.
Aaron Rodgers has always
Congratulations.
Aaron Rodgers has always had a team of monsters.
No, he hasn't. The reason
In
Aaron
Green
Rodgers
Bay?
only has one Super Bowl is because his defense has failed him historically. That's been an issue.
He's always had weapons in Green Bay offensively.
Who?
Randall
Cobb, Jordy Nelson. Who else?
He had a run game.
Who else?
Eddie Lacy and running the ball.
Stop.
He had a good run game.
Eddie Lacy was good up until it looked like he ate Eddie Lacy. Like I was like, who are we looking at? Are we looking at a double Eddie Lacy? Eddie Lacy square?
He had Jermichael Finley.
Jermichael Finley was all right.
He had pieces.
He was
also mobile and youthful. And don't get me wrong, I would not take Matt Stafford over A-Rod.
Of course
devil's
not.
advocate
Nobody
here.
would.
I'm playing devil's advocate here. But Matt Stafford has done more with less than a lot of quarterbacks in this league. I think he does deserve a spot in the Hall of Fame. But with Bill Belichick getting snubbed, I don't think nobody. I think the Hall of Fame process should stop until Bill Belichick is inducted into the Pro Football Hall of Fame.
No, I agree with you on that. I really do. Y'all are nasty for what y'all did to Bill Belichick. Now, I've been on his ass for the last couple of years because he's been running around with that little 20-something-year-old girl who's taking all his money and making him feel different. But on a serious note, Bill Belichick not being elected to the Hall of Fame on the first ballot is really just disgusting. Somebody has to step in and do something about this. And the voter or voters who didn't vote for him on the first ballot should be stripped of their responsibilities. Because what are we talking about?
They should be. They said they voted for Kraft.
Even if you remove the 6 Super Bowls, he won 2 Super Bowls with the Giants as a coordinator. So if we're just not even talking about his head coaching prowess, as a defensive coordinator, Bill Belichick is widely regarded as somebody who can call up defenses, dial up defenses, and coach special teams at a really high level. So I'm not understanding what the thought process was. I don't know if it was because he's with the OnlyFans girl, whoever she is, but Bill Belichick should have been voted into the Hall of Fame. And I argue, if you're moving like that, same thing with Barry Bonds. I don't care if Barry Bonds took 1,000 of them pills. Barry Bonds should be in the Baseball Hall of Fame. And until MLB does something about it, I don't care who they put in. It takes away credibility from the institution itself.
So let me ask you this. With that being said, does scandals or off the field allegations or some allegations of misconduct, does that taint your legacy or taint your ability to be inducted into a Hall of Fame? Should that?
It should. So if you've killed someone like Aaron Hernandez, like I thought was a Hall of Fame tight end in terms of the talent. Aaron Hernandez to me was better than Rob Gronkowski because he could do more. I know that's not a popular opinion, but if you go back and watch, whenever they lined up with 2 tight ends, there was one guy with tattoos who was clearly better than the other. Gronk was able to play longer and was just more dominant, but Aaron Hernandez literally was like a receiver cosplaying as a tight end.
Yes, he was.
That being said, if you do some wild stuff off of the field, then I can understand why Hall of Fame voters would say, hey, we can't let you in.
Agreed.
Or if you get caught cheating. But there's just certain exceptions to every rule. Bill Belichick means too much to NFL for him not to have been elected to the first ballot Hall of Fame.
Agreed.
And I'm not trying to hear that they were punishing him because of the Spygate or the Deflategate, because if we're being honest, every team in the NFL was probably doing that.
Yes.
It just so happens that he got caught. But if we're telling the story of the NFL, which is everyone's favorite metric, well, if someone's going into the Hall of Fame, can we tell the story of the NFL or NBA without them? There's no way you can start any football story without one William Bill Belichick.
Yes, sir. Yes,
so he should be in.
And here's the thing. Even after Spygate, he won 3 Super Bowls after Spygate.
Literally.
He won 3
and
more.
went undefeated after Spygate. What are we talking about?
Come on. What are we saying? Like, I don't even have to say his resume of wins. And he won 8 Super Bowls. He has 8 Super Bowls. What other quarterback? Oh, I'm sorry. What other coach can you induct but not induct Bill Belichick? If you're gonna tank Bill Belichick like this, you got to tank Tom Brady like this.
No.
I'm
You're
saying,
right, they do.
But if you're going to, you have to do that. But you shouldn't. But you have to if you're going to tank Bill Belichick like that.
Well, it'll
They're
be
one and the
interesting,
same.
But I'm not even playing with y'all. If they do this to Tom Brady, I'll go lay down in front of the National Football Hall of Fame in Canton, Ohio myself.
You gonna chain yourself?
Yeah, because we not even about to play with Thomas Edward Patrick Brady like that. I don't even want to think of a world where that actually is a reality. But I can see it happening because if they move it like this with Bill, that would be crazy.
That'd be crazy.
And I don't even know who would be eligible to go in with Tom. I think this class with Bill, like you said, it was Robert Kraft. I think Eli Manning was on the ballot.
He was.
He didn't get in.
As he rightfully shouldn't.
What year is this? The second year he was eligible, I think?
I think it's his second year he was eligible. I
don't think. Is Eli gonna get in one day?
Yes, because he beat the GOAT. He beat Tom Brady. And then if we're talking about him playing football, his caliber of quarterback, he should not be in. Now, that's somebody that I feel as though won some rings that should not be in. He is.
But you can't say that because in the playoffs, Eli Manning is a different player.
He had a top 1 defense.
I know, but in the playoffs, Eli Manning's touchdown to interception ratio was 2-1. His pass, all of his numbers from the regular season increased in the playoffs. Not to mention, he had 2 historic postseason runs where he was road warriors, going on the road to beat Dallas, going on the road to beat Green Bay, beating the Patriots in the Super Bowl to spoil an undefeated season. It's hard to argue against that.
But that's a testament to his defense. That year, we averaged 23-plus points a game that year.
Which year, 07 or 11?
The undefeated year. The year we had Randy and we had that undefeated season. We were blowing everybody.
More than that.
We might have been averaging like 30, 28, 30.
We
were the number 1 offense in the league. That defense held us to what? 10, 13 points?
17-14. That was the final score.
It held us to 14 points with a Randy Moss, a Tom Brady.
And y'all were in the position to win. Y'all were up 14-10, but Ellis Hobbs, for some reasons unexplicable to me, bit on a slant and go in the red zone.
That's a testament.
Ellis Hobbs needs to be investigated for that.
And Asante Samuels
dropped that interception. I love Tate.
I love Asante, but Asante, we could have won that game.
But also the refs should have blown the play dead. Eli Manning was in the clutches of Richard Seymour for about 6 seconds.
I agree.
I don't know if they're waiting on an invite to blow the whistle.
I agree.
But that's neither here nor there.
I agree.
That was nasty.
I agree.
That was a nasty loss. But so to me, Eli Manning's not a Hall of Famer because how I judge Hall of Fame, and I'll never forget this, Colin Cowherd, shout out to him, sportscaster for FS1, he said that Eli Manning is one of those quarterbacks who has the potential to play like a top 5 quarterback on a week-to-week basis and a bottom 5 quarterback on a week-to-week basis. And that is crazy to me. Like,
that is
you don't know which Eli you're going to get.
That leads me to this. Same with Sam Darnold. And I think we're going to get the bottom 5 guy. Sunday.
You're praying y'all get the bottom 5.
We're going to get the bottom 5. Hey,
Sam Darnold been balling this season.
Hey,
don't do that to him. Not too much on Sam.
They led the league in turnovers.
Not too much on Sam.
He's going to turn the ball over. You know who he see ghost against, right?
The Jets.
He see ghost against us. Yeah, he see ghost. He's 0-4 against us. He sees ghost against us. We're going to heat him up. We're going to heat him up, man. We're going to. We're not going to let Kenneth Walker. I know I'm bringing this back, but we're not going to let Kenneth Walker run the ball on us, and we're going to heat Sam Darnold up. He's just like Eli Manning. I hope so,
because I might throw a little something on the Patriots. I don't know how much yet.
I want you to stay away from us. That's what I want you to do.
Nah, I'm rocking with y'all. I thought you wanted me to pick y'all.
Hey, listen, I'm going to tell the world, I want Marcus to stay away from us. Stay away from us. We're good. Stay neutral. We're good. We don't want your back.
Yo, speaking of the Super Bowl, so I know Bad Bunny is the Super Bowl halftime performer, and his performance has been garnering a lot of attention and a lot of discussion because people are like split down the aisle. If you don't want Bad Bunny to perform at the Super Bowl, then people think you're racist, right? If you do want him to perform at the Super Bowl, then people think you might hate white people. I like Bad Bunny, and I even like some of his songs. Shout out to him. He won a lot of Grammys last night. But I'm here to tell y'all, I'm not racist, but I don't want to see Bad Bunny at the Super Bowl. I'm sorry. Not after what we just had the last couple of years with Kendrick and Usher and Snoop Dogg and Dr. Dre. I'm not saying we can't have Spanish or Latin acts. I'm just saying for this particular Super Bowl, I don't want to see him. So with that being said, NFL, I need y'all to make it right. Next year, the Super Bowl is going to be in LA. It's going to be at beautiful SoFi Stadium. NFL, do us a favor, stop playing around and call Chris Brown, please. Like, enough is enough. Like, enough time has passed. Bad Bunny's going to kill it this year. I'm sure he will. Shout outs to him in advance. But we need to see Chris Brown perform at the Super Bowl before he stops making music or performing music. It's a real easy fix. The show is going to be in LA. He's going to bring out a lot of people. Make it right, NFL. Please get Chris Brown to perform at the Super Bowl halftime show next year.
That'll be crazy. That'll be a crazy performance. I do think Bad Bunny's gonna bring out a lot of people, man.
Oh, 100%.
A lot of
100%.
people love this guy.
I'm not gonna lie. I speak Spanish here and there. I grew up in New York. Shout out to Puerto Ricans and Dominicans. I'm gonna watch the Super Bowl halftime show, but I'm probably gonna be doing other things as well. Like if we do go to George's event, that might be when I take my bathroom break. But I just, especially if he's gonna be doing it in all standards.
Listen,
like,
I'm gonna tell you, if we go to George's event and we're down at half, I'm leaving.
You gonna leave the game?
I'm
down
leaving.
by how much? Like a field goal?
I don't know. It just depends on if y'all getting on my nerves or not. I'm leaving.
I might double down and put more money down on the Patriots. I might see, man. I might see.
I'm not going anywhere, man. I'm not going anywhere. We're winning it, man.
If the NFL doesn't get Chris Brown next year, who's an artist that you think is big enough to actually perform on the Super Bowl stage? Obviously, we know Taylor Swift, but I'm speaking culturally. I don't want to see Taylor Swift perform, even though I know she has mass reach.
Right. Because I think they snubbed my man when he was supposed to perform when it was up in New Orleans.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Wayne?
Yeah, all day. I think he got snubbed. Like I just don't understand. Who would you rather have perform in New Orleans?
Kendrick.
No.
Kendrick.
No. He got it. He shouldn't have got it.
No, he should have.
But he got it. That's Wayne's town.
I know. You think Kendrick got it because of recency bias, right?
He did. It's
I know
because
we're
of
going back
recency
in
bias.
the past, but has anyone seen like a Lil Wayne performance like in 2024? Like, or 2025 at the time?
No.
It's not good. Like,
listen,
like,
Wayne,
it's not good. And I
Wayne,
love Wayne.
Wayne is the greatest to ever do it. That's first of all.
The greatest what? Like the greatest from New Orleans? 100%.
No.
Him, Master P.
No.
Yeah, for that region, he's definitely him.
The greatest nationwide, worldwide.
Wayne's the Jay-Z of New
solar
Orleans.
system, whatever you want to say. Who?
Wayne's the Jay-Z of New Orleans. I'm with you on that. You're right.
What you mean by Jay-Z of New Orleans?
Wayne is the Jay-Z of New Orleans. Like 10 people from New Orleans and Louisiana, Wayne is like Jay-Z. But like if you're actually comparing Wayne to Jay-Z, then obviously he falls short. Like that
Wait,
just
Wayne
is what
falls
it
short
is.
of Jay-Z?
Yeah, Wayne is behind Jay-Z. He's behind Biggie. He's behind Drake. Some people from New York might argue he's behind X. I don't think Wayne's a better performer than DMX. But yeah, Wayne is a good rapper.
Can we, like in 2026, can we stop with this Jay-Z stuff? Can we stop?
Stop with what?
Like this,
Jay-Z is an elite rapper.
Like, can we stop like with this Jay-Z? Like, he's overrated. He's a great mogul, great businessman, but he's overrated, man. He's overrated.
We can't have you spewing this type of rhetoric on this program.
And I've told you this before. He's overrated, man.
He's not. There's nothing there. First of all, and I like this about Rick Ross too. Jay-Z and Rick Ross have an uncanny ability to rap luxuriously. Like when you're listening to what they're saying, you can almost picture it and feel like you're there. Another person who does an excellent job of that is one Jermaine Cole. I don't know if you heard his freestyles recently. J. Cole, every time I hear J. Cole rap, it's hard for me to not feel emotions of, okay, he does rap better than Kendrick and Drake. And I actually want to take this time to apologize. A couple of years ago on this show, I had a very nasty take. I came here and I sat down in this seat and I said that if Drake, Kendrick Lamar, and J. Cole were the big three, like D-Wade, Chris Bosh, and LeBron, J. Cole, to me, would be Dwayne Wade, LeBron would be Drake, and that Kendrick Lamar would be Chris Bosh. 2 years later, on the eve or aftermath of Kendrick winning a bunch of Grammys and having one of the best rap years in history, I'm here to tell you all I was wrong. So I'm going to re-correct that analogy. Drake, J. Cole, and Kendrick are the big three. But they're more like Steph Curry, Kevin Durant, and LeBron James. Drake to me is LeBron James. Kevin Durant to me would be J. Cole because he doesn't really care about being famous. He's just exceptionally well at what he does. And then Kendrick Lamar would be Steph Curry because if you look at them outwardly, they don't seem like they're assassins, but hiding beneath that face is a stone cold killer. So I'm here to correct that analogy. I apologized a couple of years ago to Kendrick. I don't want any smoke with him or TDE or PG Lang. But yeah, I had to make that correct.
I like that take. I like that
to make that
analogy.
correct.
I like that. I like that. Well, so if J. Cole and Kendrick beef instead of Kendrick and Drake, who would come out on top of that?
Who would come out on top? I would have Kendrick coming out on top because I don't know that J. Cole would go into it with the level of focus needed as I'm looking at you as an op, like you're my enemy versus you're my brother and I got to rip your head off.
But J. Cole sent he that his way and he didn't respond back. Kendrick.
He sent, who way?
Kendrick's
might
way.
delete
He
later?
took it down. But he sent it.
Naming something might delete later is nasty. That's number one. Hated that from rip. But the project was good. I understand why Cole removed himself from the beef, and I also see a lot of that, y'all saying that out there. There's a narrative forming that there's no more big three. Hey, I'm here to tell you all, even if you all refuse to acknowledge that there are three best rappers in rap, there are three best rappers in rap. It's Drake, J. Cole, and Kendrick Lamar. However you want to arrange them in order is totally up to you. But I'm here to tell you guys, those three gentlemen rap better than anybody else, and it's by a lot. It's not even close. So whether y'all want to refer to them as a big three, the top three, the most favorite three, most popular three, it doesn't matter that J. Cole apologized. There is still a big three intact. And we know who those three gentlemen are, and then there's everybody else. So y'all can say what y'all want to about J. Cole or Drake or Kendrick. We know what time it is.
I agree.
We know what time it is.
We know exactly what time it is. We know. And J. Cole top 3 and he ain't 3 or 2. He's number 1 out of those 3 guys, man.
I'm not mad at that take, but I just personally don't think that J. Cole is more popular
Agreed.
than the other two, both commercially and just in terms of, like everybody knows Drake. Even everyone in this country knows who Drake is.
Agreed.
If you're not into rap, I could see how people would have trouble recognizing who J. Cole is. Like I'm talking about a 60-something-year-old person who may live in the middle of the country. Everyone knows who Drake is. And at this point, everyone knows who Kendrick is because he keep winning all them damn Grammys.
All them Grammys.
Which, by the way, I like Kendrick Lamar, but the glazing also has to stop. The glazing has to stop. He's had a really good run, but enough is enough. Enough is enough.
It's recency bias. I don't think he put a project that I could fully listen through. Now, don't tell me. I'm not going to say that he didn't have any good songs that he put out or good projects, but a project that I can put my headphones on and just listen through since Good Kid, Mad City. Good Kid, Mad Cities was this generation's Illmatic. It was that. It was lethal. It was that. It had a storyline. I haven't seen it since.
I'm not mad at that.
I haven't seen it since.
You got a score for the game before we get out of here?
Listen, man. I'm taking my Patriots,
of course,
all day.
No surprise there.
I'm taking us 28-24. We beat them. We put up points. Drake May has the best game of his career Sunday against the best defense that everybody talks about. He has the best game of his career. 28-24. New England Patriots win their 7th Super Bowl.
I'm not mad at the 28-24. I think I'll go 31-27.
Ooh,
as long as the Patriots win, I don't care what the score
shootout.
is. But yeah, I do have it being a high-scoring affair. Hopefully the game is fun. I know we'll be watching it. If you made it this far in the show, that means you reached the end of the show. As they say, all good things must come to an end. I appreciate everybody for listening. Make sure you subscribe to the Mark My Word Show. I'm available on all major streaming platforms, Spotify, Spreaker, Apple, iHeart, Google Podcasts as well. And I will see you all next time. Hopefully the Patriots can get it done. If not, then I'm going to be back talking a lot of shit. I'll see y'all next time.